What's going on YouTube? Ian here. We are covering the Nintendo GameCube. So this is my Nintendo GameCube collection. It's a little bit bigger than the Wii and Wii U collection that I had. I've been collecting for the GameCube forever. This was the one of the first consoles that I got. The first console that I ever got brand new. I just begged my parents, I want a GameCube, I want a GameCube. I didn't care about the PS2 at the time. I didn't care about the Xbox. I wanted the GameCube. In fact, I don't think the Xbox was even out just yet. But I absolutely loved the GameCube. And just the games, the style that Nintendo was putting out at that time just really drew me in. I was a big fan of The Legend of Zelda. And you guys will see that I've got a few of those games in my collection. So let's get started. First, we have everyone's favorite game, Animal Crossing. So Animal Crossing, picked this game up, I think it was maybe $20, came with a memory card, and that's the selling point. You know, this memory card, that was the selling point for me. And once I actually started playing it, man, I was addicted. I got all my friends into it. Absolutely loved Animal Crossing so much. Moving on, we have Army Men RTS Real-Time Strategy. This was one of my favorite games growing up. I had so much fun because when you destroy your enemies, not only do you kill them, but you actually get to melt them down and use their plastic. And I thought that was a really fun mechanic. I loved playing that game so much. I must have put hundreds of hours into that game. Next, we have The Hobbit. So this one actually includes some cards. I remember, of all places, my parents picked this up for me at Kohl's, and I want to say it was like $10. And you know, at first I didn't like it. I absolutely hated it. I was really pissed off. But eventually, as I grew older and I replayed it, man, I just fell in love with this game. It's a great story. I mean, it's The Hobbit. You guys know the Hobbit story, but just the way that they portrayed the characters and all that, it was great. Moving on, we have The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. So this is the game that got me into The Legend of Zelda. Playing the Ocarina of Time on this. Playing Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. And then, of course, it includes Zelda 1 and 2. Now, I started playing Zelda 1 and 2 on the NES way back when I was playing video games in my neighbor's garage. And we would play that, you know, in the middle of winter and all that. So we played, you know, Mario and The Legend of Zelda. But I really never got super into The Legend of Zelda and never really fell in love with it until Ocarina of Time. And my first experience playing Ocarina of Time, that was the 64, but it was only for like a day. This game, you know, playing this, that must have been hundreds, maybe thousands of hours in my GameCube. It took me forever to beat, and I played through with a friend of mine, and we'd trade off controllers whenever we died or whatever. But it was just so fun. So many great memories with that. We have Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Now, I remember walking to Game Crazy in the middle of winter to pick this game up. And when I got home, I was freezing cold, put it in the GameCube right away, and I was like, this was worth it. I loved it. It was just a great graphical improvement from the Ocarina of Time, and that was the game that I was used to playing. And yeah, I just had so much fun playing through Twilight Princess. And then, of course, we have The Wind Waker. Now, The Wind Waker, at first I hated it. I did not like the cel-shaded graphics, but I am so glad they went through with that because it made this game able to hold up today. I mean, you look at Wind Waker HD, and it still holds up today. Loved it so much. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I really enjoy the Lord of the Rings games, but my favorite Lord of the Rings game is the Two Towers. I just love defending the Two Towers. I love kicking off ladders on the Two Towers where the Uruk-hai are trying to climb up. You just kick them down, and that's fun. We have Mario Party 7. Mario Party 7 I got in a small little town in Virginia. I was visiting my grandma, and there was an antique shop, and they randomly had one GameCube game in there. It was Mario Party 7, and I think it was for $5. So I think that was a steal at $5. Medal of Honor Frontline. This game, I think this game had a massive impact on me. This was my first real experience looking at how war really was, and just it was more than a game for me. It was an emotional experience, because like I actually considered putting myself in the shoes of a soldier, what those soldiers must have felt like. And I love when a game can do that. Now, the graphics don't hold up today, but that's all right. I just have so many great memories playing this. And I actually played the game before I saw Saving Private Ryan. So when I saw Saving Private Ryan, I was like, man, this looks really familiar. We have Pokemon Coliseum. I finally added this to my collection not too long ago. Absolutely loved the Pokemon Coliseum game. I think I originally borrowed it from my friend Robbie, and he let me play through it, and I had a lot of fun playing it. I need XD Gale of Darkness. I haven't beat that one yet. I really need to add that to my collection. But here we go. Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run. Man, this is such a great game. I remember putting hundreds of hours into this, just driving around Springfield. And the Simpsons, this was when The Simpsons was actually good. I think the show has gone downhill in my opinion, and I don't know of too many decent Simpsons games. I do like the arcade game, but I think that was one of the better Simpsons games. Oh man. Super Smash Bros. Melee written on computer paper. I must have wrote this when I was like 10 years old or something like that. So maybe, I don't know. I was really young when I wrote this, but I just had a case. It is actually a GameCube case, so that's good. Don't know where the cover art is. This is not one of the games that I owned originally. This was a game that I bought from a friend, and I traded it. I traded this. I traded what did I trade for it? I forget what I traded for it, but I think I actually got the better deal, because now Super Smash Bros. Melee is just beloved. And I actually picked up another copy of Melee for $3 at a pawn shop, and I was just so happy about that. Star Wars The Clone Wars. This one I actually got from, I think, present from my parents on Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the vehicle mechanics. I thought that was great. Replaying it, I didn't have as much fun as I did, but yeah, I definitely really enjoyed Star Wars The Clone Wars. Star Wars Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2. I really don't remember too much of this. I think they just re-released this digitally for PS4, and I'm gonna have to download it and get back into this, because I do remember playing this a lot. And it's part of the Dark Forces game series, which I absolutely love. Dark Forces, love that series so much. I wish Dark Forces, the original Dark Forces 2, sorry, I wish Dark Forces 2 would have been on console, because I haven't played that yet. Played the original Dark Forces, but Dark Forces 2 is a PC exclusive. All right. Man, these are two great games. I'm going to cover them together. Star Wars Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2, and Star Wars Rebel Strike, Rogue Squadron 3. These games, I mean, I've had so much fun. I remember playing the demo. I think it was the demo for Rebel Strike. I remember playing this way back in the day, but yeah, I had so much fun playing the demo, and I was like, I need to get these games. Needed to get both of them. And I think the demo was one of the things that actually got me really interested in Star Wars. Playing on Hoth, taking down the AT-AT. I mean, what more could a kid want? Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. I mean, it is a Tony Hawk game, way better than Pro Skater 5, in my opinion. Really solid skateboarding in this game. Really enjoyed it. And then, oh man, this one I originally I saw this game and I was like, oh man, it does not look good. I knew nothing about the series at the time, and I was just a kid when I saw this. But Turok Evolution, I got this at maybe like for $10, maybe a little more, at Kmart originally, and then actually I did trade this to a friend for Chibi Robo, which I have not beat yet. I've got pretty far through the story. I think my memory card still has the data on that, but I traded this for Chibi Robo and a few other games. In fact, actually, Medal of Honor Frontline was one of the games that I traded for my original copy of Turok Evolution, and I just love this game so much. Just the dinosaurs in it are fun. I think the enemies are called the Slag. They're very unique. As far as I know, I don't think they appear in any other Turok game. So I think they were just made for this game. And yeah, and the multiplayer is fun. I remember there's a multiplayer map with trenches and all that, and I just remember playing with my friends with 4 controllers, split screen, and just having a lot of fun with that. But you know, I traded my original copy. Eventually I picked up another copy. It was like, I think maybe $15. Picked up another copy because I just needed that back in my collection because I had so many fond memories. But that is my Nintendo GameCube collection. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, just let me know what GameCube games do you have fond memories of. And as always, keep on gaming.